Welcome to Tech Bytes and News, your daily roundup of articles featured in Hacker News. Today, we're diving into Kanata, a cross-platform keyboard remapper. It's a really exciting project, offering advanced customization for improved keyboard comfort and usability. Think QMK, but for any keyboard.
Wow, that sounds amazing. So it's not just for those fancy mechanical keyboards? What's the core functionality?
Exactly. Kanata lets you create multiple layers of key functionality. Imagine Shift, but on steroids. You can map keys to different actions depending on the layer, using tap hold, macros, even Unicode characters. It's incredibly flexible.
Multiple layers. So you could have one layer for normal typing, another for gaming shortcuts, and maybe a third for programming symbols?
Precisely. And you define all this in a human-readable configuration file. There are samples provided, from a minimal setup to a full-featured example showcasing all the bells and whistles. It even has live reloading, so you can test your changes instantly.
That's brilliant for iterative development. But how does it work across different operating systems? I'm on Mac OS. Will it work for me?
Absolutely. It supports Linux, Mac OS, and Windows. For Mac OS versions 11 and newer, you'll need the Carabiner Virtual Hidden Device Driver. Older versions require the Carabiner kernel extension. The instructions are clearly laid out in the GitHub repo. It's all very well documented.
Great! And what about installation? Is it a simple process?
Mostly yes. You can grab pre-built binaries from the releases page, or build it yourself using Rust. The build process is straightforward if you have Rust installed. There are detailed instructions for each OS, including handling potential sudo requirements on Linux. It uses the cargo build system, so it's pretty standard fare for Rust projects.
I see. So what about the name? Kanata? It sounds interesting.
Yeah, it's a cool name. It's an Iroquoian word meaning village or settlement, and it's actually the origin of Canada's name. The author chose it because it starts with a K, relating to keyboards, and it has a nice ring to it. Plus, there's a mysterious PPT mentioned, which adds a touch of intrigue.
Intriguing indeed. What are some of the more advanced features? Beyond the multi-layer stuff.
Oh, there's a lot. There's support for Vim-like leader sequences, a TCP server for interacting with other programs, and even an interception driver for Windows, though there's a known issue with the underlying driver itself. It's packed with features. And the author even mentions the possibility of adding audio support in the future.
That's impressive. Are there any similar projects out there?
Yes, definitely. The most similar is Keymonad, written in Haskell. Kanata's author actually created this project because they found Keymonad's Haskell codebase difficult to contribute to. The GitHub page has a great comparison document highlighting the differences. There's also a whole list of other keyboard remappers for different operating systems, each with its own strengths and weaknesses. It's a really helpful resource for anyone looking for keyboard customization options.
That's really thoughtful of the author to include that comparison. So overall, what's your take on Kanata?
I think it's a fantastic project. The combination of powerful features, cross-platform support, and a well-maintained codebase makes it a compelling option for anyone looking to enhance their keyboard experience. The documentation is excellent, and the community seems active and supportive. I highly recommend checking it out.
I agree. It seems like a game changer for keyboard customization. Thanks for the overview.
You're welcome. And that's all the time we have for today's Tech Bytes and News. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.